Alright, welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And today we got a pretty packed podcast. We're going to be talking about some of the stuff we unfortunately missed at E3. So we're going to be talking about the Xcom 2 footage, Ryu and Roy coming to Smash, the Street Fighter characters Birdie and Cammy, the crew getting an expansion pack, and then finally we're going to finish up with the Last of Us 2 rumors and Arkham Knight selling really well, but the PC port being a train wreck. But yeah, let's start with what we played this week. Fawwaz, so as you know, E3 a couple weeks ago, and during E3 it was also the Steam sale. Which I don't like the fact that they timed it like that, because it's like I didn't have time to look at the sales. But I did snag one really good game that I had my eye on for a while, and it was called Valkyria Chronicles.
Ooh.
And holy crap, I freaking love it. It's really, really good, and it's got a very XCOM-y kind of feel to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where it's like you move your characters, you have turns, like you have your turn and you have enemy has a turn. But there's little different things in the game that make it sort of interesting and different from XCOM. One, your characters can interact with the environment a lot more. Like they can hide behind cover, they can actually commando crawl in grass.
Okay.
What else can they do? They can hide behind tanks and stuff like that. The other thing that's really interesting is that when you select your character, you don't just click on an enemy and then you choose to shoot. You actually take control of that character, you aim their gun, and you choose where they're going to shoot.
Okay.
So you can go, all right, do I want to risk the chance of missing but get a headshot? Or do I want to just point the gun at the torso and get a confirmed hit, but it might not kill him? That kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
And the other really, really cool thing is that the game it gives you this huge selection of characters to choose from. And the cool thing about it is that this wasn't a thing in XCOM, but in this game, the characters have personality traits.
Okay.
And I really, really like it because it makes every character kind of different. And they also have buffs and bonuses. Like there's this one guy I have in my group who's he's a scout, so he can move really fast in his turn. He can spot enemies that are hiding in the grass, but he's a joker, so he's also kind of a ladies' man. So if you have him hanging around all the chicks in your group, then he gets bonuses to his accuracy and stuff like that. So like kind of goofy. It's pretty goofy, but it's really, really fun to have like all these different characters with like, oh, this guy's really good when he's hiding behind cover, or this guy's really good when he's out in the front line getting shot at. Yeah. Like it's really weird, but I really, really like it, and it's a really good game. I'm kind of lucky where my graphics card can kind of run it on my PC, but you can still get it for the PS3, and it's actually relatively cheap. I think you can get it for like $15 or something like that now, because it's an older game. But I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. I've already clocked in like 12 hours, and I had it for like a couple days. So.
Okay. That's wow. Is there permadeath?
Yes, there is.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, all that permadeath, gotta love that. It is a little bit easier to actually save your people, because what happens is that when you die in that when your character gets shot to death, he falls down and he's in like a critical state, and as long as you get someone to walk over there in like 2 turns, he's fine. He'll get like evacuated.
Okay.
But if you don't get to him by then, he's fully dead.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So what about you, Fawwaz?
Okay, so there was a sale on PSN. It probably wasn't as good as the Steam sale, but what I've been playing is actually Drive Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the PlayStation Plus edition finally came out after much ado. No, that's not the right phrase to use. Anyway,
it's fine.
So it finally came out. So I figured, I'll give it a shot. Why not? First of all, I just want to say that the idea, the PlayStation Plus edition idea, is a really, really good idea,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a shame that it was handled so poorly.
Right.
But playing it, it's a very solid racing game. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a sim than an arcade racer. So I don't really see myself playing it in like a month, maybe a month or two. I don't really see
Right.
myself playing it because I'm not really an arcade racer. I'm
Right.
not
Right.
really
Right.
a sim racer
Mm-hmm.
type of person. I prefer my arcade racers with nitro and all that good stuff. But it's fun, and it's got these really cool social features.
Mm-hmm.
So you can join a club,
Right.
thus the title,
That's the
Drive
title.
Club.
Yeah. You're
You can
right.
join a club with other racers, and then you have like a club level. There's certain cars that you can only unlock if you're in a club,
Mm-hmm.
and if your club is at a certain level.
Okay.
Whenever you're racing, do you remember Project Gotham Racing?
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in Project Gotham Racing, everything you did in a race gave you points. Drifting,
Oh, okay.
drafting, overtaking people. It's the same thing with this. You gain points, and then those points they level up your racer, and as you
Mm-hmm.
level up, you unlock new cars. But then they also level up your club, which also unlocks new cars.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can send challenge you can send challenges to other players. Like say you hit it, you do a really good time on this track. You can send it to a bunch of your friends and see if anyone can beat it.
Right. Right. Right.
And when you're racing, there'll be random challenges that'll just appear. Like it'll be like, yo, your friend hits this score, hits this many drift points between these 2 points. See if you can beat that. And it's really cool, man. Like I don't like racing sims.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing this game because it just has so much stuff to do, which I really like. It's not even an open world game, but it feels there's just a lot of stuff to do. The whole character on the stick thing, because there's always
Yeah.
something you're working towards. You're either trying to unlock a new car or beat a friend's score or level up your crew, well, your club. It's really cool. It's
Yeah.
really fun. The car list is it's reduced because it's the PlayStation Plus edition,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
you can't play any of the free DLC either.
Right. Right. Right.
But overall, I'm definitely impressed, and I hope Sony do more of this going forward. Maybe a Killzone PlayStation Plus edition with like just the multiplayer. Another cool thing is that you have access. You can actually platinum the game
Oh
because
yeah.
the trophies were designed in such a way that to every single trophy is
Mm-hmm.
doable.
It's doable. In
Yeah,
like the.
because you have access to all the modes. You don't have access to all the cars or all the tracks, but there are no track or car based
Yeah.
trophies. It's just mode trophies, and you have access to all the modes. So yeah, you can actually platinum the game.
Yeah.
I probably won't because no.
Yeah. No, but there's
I,
nothing. There's nothing worse than having a game where it's like they put in multiplayer achievements or trophies, and you're just like, there's no freaking way you can get these.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
one last thing. I'm horrible at the game. I've literally won one race in. I've been playing it for like 2 or 3 days, and I've literally only won one race. In fact, I've literally fit because every race has about 12 people in it. I'm
Yeah.
always, and I mean always, last.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, literally always last.
Well.
Say for like one or two races. It's
Yeah.
painful. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
But yeah, you and me, we're not really that great racers.
No, no.
As you can tell from my quick look with that racing game, Mod Nation Racers.
Mod Nation Racers.
I really suck at that. But moving on, we're going to cover some E3 news we didn't get to cover in our last super big podcast extravaganza. So we didn't talk about the XCOM 2 footage, the actual gameplay footage that got released. And it was pretty damn awesome. It showed off a bunch of different features. It showed how the stealth kind of works, how you sort of you start a mission and you can sneak your way through the level and not get noticed. Kind of similar to invisible ink to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And I like the new classes. I like the fact that there's a melee class now, the
Yeah.
ranger. I like the fact that the support class, the the drone that can hack turrets and whatnot. That's a really awesome feature.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just looks like a really, really solid game so far. But I'm aching to ask what you thought of it so far, Fawwaz.
It looked amazing, which pisses me off. But yeah, no, I was watching the game. Honestly, I had no intention of even watching the gameplay because I was like, why would I do that to myself? But I was at my friend's place and we're watching the E3 coverage, and in between press conferences, they did the gameplay walkthrough. So I was like, guess I'll watch it.
Might as well.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It's cool how you at least at the beginning of the game, you're mostly only fighting humans, and whenever an alien shows up, it's like, oh shit, the aliens are here, because there was that like snake alien that showed up and then insta killed one of the people. Apparently, that it's not.
It's not as broken in the actual game. They just did that.
It's not broken. Yeah, they just did it. They just did that for the demo. They were like, it'll take a couple turns. Like it's like one turn, it'll pull your guy out of cover and right next to it, and then the next turn, it'll like strangle them and kill them. So I was like, okay. Because, like the second it did that, I was like, that's kind of, broken. What? How do you have an enemy that can pull you out of cover and insta-kill you in one turn? But there was that. Then they also added a new feature. When an enemy, when a teammate is downed in combat, you have to actually pick them up and carry them to the extraction zone. Right. Otherwise, well, they'll die and you'll lose all their. Even if a teammate dies in combat, if you don't want to lose all their equipment, you have to pick them up and carry them to the extraction zone, which I thought was a really nice touch. I quite like that actually.
Yeah.
So, because it makes things more difficult, but hey, it definitely seems it's more immersive and it's a lot more fun. What else? Oh yeah, the rookie, the one that set the bomb off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was Nigerian. Shout out. She ended up dying, but
baby steps, I guess.
Yeah, baby steps. But yeah, overall, it's it looked like the XCOM that I love so much, and
My thought about it is like I thought it was really, really cool. The whole idea of the extraction points, you actually call in extractions now.
Yeah, so the extraction, it's mobile now, but I don't know how limited it's going to be. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to just extract anywhere.
But
sorry.
Yeah, but the one thing that I like about it is that remember the amazing mission in XCOM Enemy Within that I keep talking about, the Newfoundland one. Which is the best because it's the best because you're like, all right, drop the bomb, everybody run. Just everybody run. And I really like that mission a lot because a lot of the missions, like when I play XCOM, it's like, all right, you go in, you kill the aliens, and then you win, right?
Yeah.
This was one's like, no, you can't kill all the aliens. There's too many of them. Just book it. So I'm really excited to see how those kind of missions come in. I'm just glad that there's probably going to be a lot more objective types in this game.
Yeah. And they're also talking about how the maps are going to be procedurally generated, which is funny because I thought XCOM's maps were procedurally generated.
No. They eventually I started noticing the maps getting really, really similar, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. So
okay. Yeah, it was just funny because everybody's talking about how, the maps are getting procedurally generated now. And I'm like, but I thought they always were.
They just did a really good job of hiding it.
Yeah, you're right. XCOM 2 is also going to have full mod support. And he did say that he's not ruling out a console release. They're just focusing on the PC now. Yeah. So we could potentially see a console release in 2016 or something.
So there you go. See, there is hope. Yay. Also, so now we're gonna move on to some more E3 news. This was actually happening before E3 started, but they announced a bunch of characters to Smash.
Oh
Two
yeah.
new DLC characters. One of them's Roy, who's from the Fire Emblem series. He's actually he was in Super Smash Bros. Melee. He was a fan favorite, and also Ryu. Ryu finally makes his debut onto Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryu can tell his kids that he's the only video game character who got to fight Wolverine, Jin Kazama, Mario, and what's that Tatsunoko guy called again? And Tetsaman or whatever that guy from Tatsunoko is called. Tekkaman.
Tekkaman. Yeah.
Yeah, this dude gets around.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm really excited because this is the first character who was kind of like, some of them are really obvious. This is one that was, I guess it was kind of surprised and it kind of wasn't, because there was like a rumor months and months and months ago where apparently in one of the updates somebody found like audio files of Hadoukens. And people were just like, that's weird. Why is there a Hadouken in the update file? And then it just disappeared. And I have a feeling it was just the developers went, oh shit, that wasn't supposed to be there. But yeah, I'm actually really excited. And they put in a lot of details. Now, the details about Ryu are really interesting, but my friend is concerned that it might be a bit broken.
Okay.
Because of the fact, so in Super Smash Brothers, you got your basic moves. You move direction, you press A or you hold A, right? Or you press B or you hold B. The thing about this, apparently, to balance the fact that Ryu is actually a fighter like a fighting game character, right? If you input his actual moves from the games, his moves actually change. So if you do like the swirl and then B or double B or something like that, then he'll do a different move. So it means that he's actually going to have more moves than any other character in the game, technically.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty interesting.
It's really interesting, because it's obviously fighting game moves are really hard to pull off. So, I'm honestly, if I actually get him, I'm probably just going to be spamming B. But it's a really interesting tactic. But my friend was kind of like, I don't like the fact that he gets to have more moves than everyone else. But we don't know how powerful he's gonna be. So I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be broken like Little Mac, where Little Mac has very little air recovery. But if he builds up a combo, he can insta-gib you in like one hit.
Okay. Yeah. It's probably because what's his name? Dante.
Yeah.
Dante in Marvel 3. He was actually broken, but he wasn't broken because he had so many moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Dante had a lot of moves, and that wasn't what made him so good. So I don't think the two are correlated. I think Ryu. I don't think your friend should worry about that.
Yeah. I think it will be. I think it will be okay. But honestly, like I don't really care that Ryu has like a crap ton of moves. I'm just interested in the fact that he's in the game. That I find really cool enough. And I don't know how many more DLC characters they're gonna add to this Smash, but it's like, man, do I hope they add some more? Because it's like, if we get some more like weird characters, like or really famous ones, then that would be really, really good for this game. Because unfortunately, I have to say there are a lot of clones in this game in the Wii U version. There are a decent amount of clones, but oh well.
Oh, that does kind of suck.
Yeah, but moving on to more fighting game news, we didn't cover the new Street Fighter characters that got announced. Birdie and Cammy.
Birdie and Cammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cammy is Cammy is a pretty standard character, but Birdie, oh my god, I haven't seen him since Alpha 3.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming. So let's see. Real quick though, I just want to talk about the roster in general. It's looking to shape up. It's shaping up really well.
Yeah.
They have your usual your legacy characters. You have your Ryu, you have your Chun-Li, you have your Bison.
Well, of course.
But you have your Cammy, but like Bison, for example, he plays really different. Like he doesn't have a Psycho Crusher anymore.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't have that move anymore, and he plays kind of different from his Street Fighter. All of them play really different from your Street Fighter 4 version. But then on top of that, they're adding alpha characters because we've got Nash, and he
Yeah.
plays nothing like Guile, and then we've got Birdie, and they're like that. Yeah, they're staying away from clone characters this time around. So Ken might not be in this game,
Yeah.
or if he is, he might be like very, very, very different from Ryu. But anyway,
Yeah.
Birdie and Kami, yeah, Kami's looking because what's this thing called? In Street Fighter 4, Kami was a very rushed down heavy character. You know,
Yeah.
she had this like dive kick move, a cannon spike, and
Yeah.
she got in that ass, and she just kept laying on the pressure, and they've it seems like she's still that way. Her cannon spike, she can't. They made it such that she has to be a little higher off the ground to do it, so it's
Right.
not as the pressure isn't as crazy. But
Right.
she still does a lot of damage, and she's looking really good. Birdie, on the other hand, I can't even remember how he used to play in Alpha, but in this game, he's got this thing where he eats, and the different moves have different. Like he eats a banana, and he drops the peel on the floor, and then the peel stays there, so it's like controlling
God.
space. And then he has like a can that he drinks and he tosses it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all of
yeah,
this like
yeah.
fills up his this thing called his oh god, his V gauge, which gives people, everybody has one,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it gives
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
access to like a special mode. It gives you access to
Right.
these V moves, and also gives you access to a special mode where you have different stuff. Like Bison gets a really fast dash in that mode. Birdie does like a shit ton of damage.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Overall, things are looking really good. The game's looking
Mm-hmm. Like it's
like a lot of fun. It looks like graphically, it looks really, really good.
yes. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to point out. I'm really
Yeah, you were saying?
glad. I'm really glad that they showed off a new map. Because they've been using that same like in the streets of like China map for like every single trailer, and it's like I'm kind of glad that they showed
Yeah.
something new. Also,
Yeah.
like Birdie is one of the weirdest designs I've ever seen. Like he's such a weird character, and I think what's weird is that he's kind of tubby. So that I find really kind of fascinating. Like the top comment for the trailer was just like, "Did Birdie eat Rufus or something like that?" So, but yeah, I'm really excited because he seems like kind of a weird kind of character that I would just love to master.
Yeah, he looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, and because the thing is, grapplers are usually very, very straightforward,
Yeah,
which usually results in them being very bad. But Birdie looks like that there'll be some depth to him. I mean, it's too early to tell.
Yeah,
But at the
obviously.
moment, he definitely seems like the best character in the game. A lot of people were playing him, and he was doing he was really, really he was doing really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. I'm a little more interested in the game now because if you remember the first time we saw gameplay, I said it looked like they were fighting underwater, and I had absolutely no interest in it.
Right. So, but definitely a lot more interesting now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's Street Fighter 5. That's all I've got to say about that. The beta starts soon.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that. Oh, on our next on our list before we forget, the Crew is getting an expansion pack. Wild Run.
Yes, the crew Wild Run. So the Crew was a game I was really excited for when it was coming out, and then it came out and apparently it was shit. So I never played it. But they announced the expansion pack at E3, and I was surprised because I thought the game didn't sell very well. And it doesn't really seem like Ubisoft to support a game that didn't sell well.
Yeah.
But it's looking good. It's adding new car types. So it's adding motorcycles, monster trucks, drift cars. Those are the only announced car types. I don't know if those are going to be the only car types, but those are the only ones that have been announced so far. And then there's going to be a complete graphical overhaul.
Right.
Yeah, and it's adding new areas. That's all we know so far. It's not coming out till November though, which is an odd time because I was like, this seems like something that would be really cool if they launched in the summer. When there's really nothing to do. because I was thinking about trying to find the crew for cheap and then picking up the expansion. But if it's coming out in November, I'm probably not going to touch it because
Yeah.
Fallout.
Because yeah, Fallout. Like my time is gonna be eaten up by Fallout, and then in November is gonna be eaten up by XCOM. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy. But yeah, let's. But just before we forget, let's move on to our next topic. I'm actually really interested to talk about this. So apparently, there's a Last of Us 2 rumor. It's a pretty confirmed one. Well, not confirmed, but it's a pretty interesting one. Because I guess Nolan North, who's a voice actor for Nathan Drake, and he actually voiced a character in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I guess they were having an interview with him recently, and they just asked him if he was in any other Naughty Dog projects, and he goes like, for now, last one. I know that they're doing a Last of Us 2, but my character in Last of Us kind of had an untimely demise. And then everyone kind of went, wait, what? Are you saying that there's a Last of Us 2 and then there's like no more comments from him for like the last couple days? And it's so funny because I'm just like, I have a feeling that he might have just said, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's funny. So how do you feel about this?
Well, I'm interested. I'm interested because, I really, really like The Last of Us. Like, it's a really, really well-crafted game. It's probably Naughty Dog's best game. Like, it's from a standpoint, it's really, really well done. And it has a very good cast, and it has some really good themes. And also, it's also picking apart the soundtrack as well. The one thing I really like about games is like when they mix audio and the gameplay really, really well together, that they balance in a really, really like smooth way. I know it's kind of hard to describe, but The Last of Us does a really, really good job of that. Like it knows when to not have crazy bombastic background music, and it knows how to keep things silent and let like just the atmosphere sink in. But I don't know how they're gonna do a Last of Us 2 because they really did a good job of wrapping up the story in 1. Yeah. So that I'm a little bit concerned about.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't true because I want Naughty Dog to keep up their streak of always working on. I mean, I'm already disappointed that they were working on Uncharted 4 for their first PS4 game instead of a new IP. So Last of Us 2, it's no, I don't want a sequel. I played the game. I played your copy of the game. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but it told a solid story that it wrapped itself up at the end. And even if the sequel used like different characters in the same universe, I just don't want it, if you're gonna make a sequel, make a goddamn Jack and Daxter sequel. Make a damn Crash Bandicoot. They're literally giving us sequels to the games we never wanted sequels
to. There's a lot of people that want a Last of Us sequel, but I was still kind of on the fence about that. I definitely didn't think we needed another Uncharted. Like, Uncharted was so done at this point.
But yeah, I hope it's not true. I want to see them work on a new IP. Do something new again with the quote unquote power of the PlayStation 4. But I didn't even read the article because I really didn't want it to be true. So
well, we don't know if it's true. This is just a rumor that is very interesting. The only other thing is like if there was a Last of Us 2, I was really hoping that there would be something in the multiplayer along the lines of like some sort of horde mode, because there's a lot of mechanics in that game that I think could be really interesting for like cooperative play, like not just like a multiplayer team versus team. Like I was really, really hoping that they would have like a mode where it's like, all right, you're playing as 3 different like survivors. One of them's got to like gather materials and craft like walls and stuff like that, or like build barricades. The other person's got to like slow down the horde. The other person's got like find an escape route or something like that. Like I feel like the gameplay would work really, really well for a mode like that. But maybe it just didn't have the processing power at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm interested to see if it's going to be true or not. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And then finally, our last on our list, Arkham Knight. So Arkham Knight came out. It's selling really, really well. Like it actually apparently it beat out Witcher 3 in sales.
Which is funny because they're both published by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. That is pretty. Well, I mean, like, it's Batman, right? Like, Batman's a huge name. So,
Yeah.
I mean, more people are gonna know what Batman is than Witcher. Like, as
Yeah.
much as I like Witcher. And it's selling well. I've been hearing good things, getting a lot of good reviews. I haven't got my hands on it. I might pick it up soon. Because I really want to see how the Arkham series ends, because I loved Arkham Asylum and City.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I will know what console. You know what thing you will not be getting it for? It's definitely the PC, because the PC port is a train wreck. So much so that they've actually suspended sales for the PC version. Like, you can't buy the PC version at the moment because they don't want any more people to buy the very broken version of the game. So that is nuts to me, because I've never heard of a company go, "Oh God, this is too bad. We can't let people play this," and just stop people from buying it.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah. And from what I've been hearing, it's a lot of stuff where it's resolution, like low resolution for textures. Like, there's a lot of really bad textures that are apparently in the PC. Apparently, the game doesn't have a really easy way of upgrading the frame rate to 60 frames per second, which I'm not a big PC guy, but I know that PC people really want 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Like, they really want it, and if they don't have it, they just lose their minds. So that's another thing. Apparently, there's like frame rate hitches that were in the game. Just a bunch of different things. Like, a lot of graphical things that were making the game just look not as good and run very, like, mediocre at best.
Okay.
But what are your thoughts on them, like, suspending the game and trying to fix the bugs and then probably re-releasing it again, maybe in a couple weeks or so?
Yeah, well, I'm just another video game launching broken. I mean, it had been a while, so I guess this is it's just we had started slacking, and this is to wake us back up. But it's I guess it's good that it's I don't know. I mean, like, I guess it's good on them for pulling the game because it was broken. But on the flip side, it's like, I mean, this game was delayed a number of times. It's like, why would it? I don't understand how the PC version would be so broken. I don't get it.
It's a really odd thing, and I think what happens is that a lot of these game developers they apparently it's harder to port something from, like, to build the game on the PC, and like it's harder to build something on the consoles and then port it to PC than it is to make a game on the PC and then port it to the consoles. Apparently, that's a thing.
Okay.
And it's really weird because there's tons of games that have had the same problem where it's like Dark Souls was built for the consoles, like PS3 and Xbox 360, and then when the PC port came out initially, it was really bad.
Okay.
And same thing for what was the other game? Same thing for like some of the GTA games. A lot of the GTA games have had really rough PC ports. And to the point where, like, for GTA 5, they flat out said, yo, the PC port is going to be a really long time. It's going to be a while before it comes out. So I don't know what it is. It's just a weird thing with the PC ports for games. Just has a lot of problems with, like, graphical settings and whatnot. I think it's just because a lot of people who buy games for the PC, they want to just up the graphics to insane levels. And I think, like, the game doesn't know how to handle that. I don't know. That might be one reason. But honestly, I kind of knew this game was being developed for the consoles in mind because, like, I was surprised to hear that there even was a PC port.
Yeah.
But I guess I should have realized that. But I commend them for at least trying to fix these problems because they could just be like Ubisoft and just release the game anyway
It's like, yeah, thanks for your money, guys. Just buy the next version, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, Ubisoft, they did something really cool when Unity was shit, where they gave everyone that bought the game or that bought the season pass, they gave them like 2 free games or something like that. It was like recent games, like I think Far Cry 4 and The Crew or like some other
Yeah.
Watch Dogs and some other games that you could choose from. But yeah, it's real quick though before we wrap up,
Okay.
Tanner.
Yes.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you. It's about
Ooh.
E3. So I don't, you know me, I'm eternally a cynic, and I don't like blowing things out of proportion.
Okay.
With that said, would you say that this E3 was the best E3 in history?
Uh, that would be a stretch. I don't know if I would.
Really?
I don't know if I would say it was the best. Cause like I haven't seen enough E3s to really put that in perspective. You know what I mean? Like I don't want someone in the comments, dude. That E3 in 2006 was fucking awesome. What the hell is wrong with you or something like that?
Actually, E3 2006 was pretty bad.
I don't know. But that's what I mean. I don't know. I haven't seen all the E3s to put that in contention. However, I will say that this E3 was pretty damn good. It was probably I'll say this. It was probably the best one in like the last 5 years for sure.
Yeah, because think about it, right? Battlefront 3, Shenmue 3,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3, The Last of Us. Sorry, not The Last
Last
of
Guardian. Yeah, you
The
made that
Last-
mistake on the podcast last time.
Us. Really?
Yeah, you went like you said Last of Us when we were talking about Last Guardian. I noticed it and I was just like, oh.
That is too funny. I didn't even realize it. But yeah, The Last Guardian, Kingdom Hearts 3, Doom, Fallout 4,
Yeah.
Battlefront 3, Shenmue 3, the Final Fantasy 7 remake were all at the same E3. But then on top of that, it wasn't just nostalgia. All these games you've been asking for are finally at E3. We also had interesting sequels to games that we already to recent games, like the new Ghost Recon, that looks cool.
Yep.
The new Rainbow Six looks cool. And then we had a bunch of new IPs that looked interesting too. We had Recore, we had a Sea of Thieves, Horizon. I still don't know what that Dream game is.
It's
like,
called
seriously.
Dreams, but some
seriously.
interesting ideas though, for sure.
Then on top of that, we had interesting looking indie games. We had Cuphead, which just looks absolutely
Cuphead looks
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah, we had Cuphead, and we had this game. I don't know if you've heard of this. I'm probably gonna butcher EITR. That's how it is spelled. I don't know how the hell that's pronounced.
Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this it's this indie game. Just look it up. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. And yeah, there was something for everyone here. We had For Honor, which is also a really cool looking new IP.
Right.
There's like almost every single genre was covered at this E3. We had the street racing games, the Need for Speed. You had your racing sims with Forza 6. Fighting games were covered with Smash Brothers and Street Fighter 5. You had your FPSs. You had your. It's just like I was trying to think of a game that I was hoping was there. There'll always be a game that I wish was at E3.
For me, the only game that I wish I could have saw was Persona 5, but I got a trailer like 2 months before, so it's kind of like that was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, plus, Persona 5 is actually, it's not like you wanted Persona 5 to be announced at E3 and it wasn't,
Yeah.
Persona 5 is actually still coming out at the end of this year.
Yeah.
It had everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the best E3 of the past decade.
Yeah.
I think I can give it that at the very least. Because thinking back, to E3 2006 was a debacle with Ridge Racer and a $600 PS3. It's definitely the best E3 of the past decade. Yeah, like you, I haven't, because prior to 2006 I didn't really follow E3s, so I can't speak for the ones prior to that. Right. But I cannot imagine any other E3 being better. Like there there was just something for everyone here. I mean, Mirror's Edge came back despite the fact that EA just don't want to show us gameplay of this game. Like, nope, not going to show you guys gameplay.
It's EA, Fawwaz. What do you expect?
It's friggin' EA, seriously. But yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah, I can totally agree with you because it's like this E3 had so many crazy moments. Like just I feel like I said, like in our last podcast, so many crazy moments, so many different like hype reactions from games being announced, and it's just like, yeah, this one was definitely one to remember. And I feel like I think it's definitely going to be a really fondly remembered E3 for a really, really long time, and it's definitely one of the high contenders for probably one of the best, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got everything I wanted. I got Last Guardian, for God's sakes. I never thought I would get that. I never in a million years.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to have to wrap it up here, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, this was William Liberty and...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time.